As a commentator, you've got to know your onions. You are supposed to be the authority out there. So whether it be team sports or individual sports, you've really got to know your subject. So you've got to get your research done. You've also got to know what your expectations are from your employer. They're paying the bill, so you need to know exactly what you will be doing on the day, whether it's just commentary, a bit of presenting, some reporting, some interviews. Know what you're doing so that you can prepare to the very best of your ability. Who are you going to be working with? If you don't know that person, I guess you should get on the phone and start chatting to them straight away so that you guys know the parameters, how best to work with one another, etc. Let's talk fight specifics then, because that is obviously my area of expertise, something I've been doing for a little while now. And I think it'd be better if I give you some ideas about how to prep for smaller shows, because when you get to the level like the UFC, Showtime Boxing, there's a bunch of people that are going to be giving you a lot of information, but probably more importantly, the fighters or the athletes that you're going to be researching will have a body of work that's out there online. Smaller, medium-sized shows, they might not have anything that's online just yet. So you need to think quite carefully about how you manage your time and you go about trying to find out about these athletes that you're going to be speaking over. So here's a little plan to what I would do. Let's say you get a fight card about a month out. At that point, I would take a look down that fight card and I would start plotting geographically where all those fighters are. If I found that over 12 fights, 6 fighters were from North London, for example, well, maybe it's worth my time to go to North London on one evening and go and meet up with a couple of people that are fighting, speak to their teammates, speak to their coaches. So you get that one-on-one time, and that is banked. That is invaluable, and you'll really get a good understanding about the environment that these people are training in and, of course, their individual personalities. Another thing that I would be doing about a month out is putting together a questionnaire and sending that out around that time period. These are busy people. They've got a big night ahead of them, so don't be doing that maybe a week out if you can avoid it. And in that questionnaire, I'd really give it some thought in the questions I would put in there, because I'd want to know a bit of background on the fighter, something that's going to give me an indication of their personality, where they train, who they train with, who they look up to, whether they're a dad, whether their family are into it, all of these sorts of things that are going to help you in your commentary and which is going to complement your style. In any time really coming up to the event, you've got to consider some more wider elements about the fighter. So what team do they represent? Who, therefore, are they on the mats with? Are they in the ring with? You know, who are they sparring against? Here's an example, like my coach. So I train at Team Crossface in Watford. What do we know about Watford? Well, Anthony Joshua is from Watford, so that's quite a good one there. So you'd think maybe boxing's good. My head coach is David Lee. He's a UFC veteran. He has a crazy style. Well, I have a crazy style as a result of that. He's got a lot of traditional martial arts, in like a black belt in karate and a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a student of Eric Paulson. Eric Paulson's a catch wrestling guy. They do crazy footlocks, things like that. Will I therefore be looking to see some footlocks in the fight that I'm about to commentate on? So I'm speculating a little bit, but immediately, even if I don't get to speak to me, if you like, I've got quite a few other aspects that I can talk about to fill up some time if I need to. Or indeed just underline a point. He's gone for a heel hook. Ah, that's Dave Lee's student. He's a student of Eric Paulson. Remember that guy? And, you know, Shuto days in Japan, blah, blah, blah. Something else that's very important is some information on the promoter and the event. What are they trying to achieve with the promotion of this event? What are they looking to do? Is this a one-off gig? Are they looking to do 20 this year? So kind of paying it forward and getting people excited so that they come back for more. Also the matchmaker, who put the fights together, because they've obviously done that for a reason. So you're going to get some really nice information about why X is going up with Y. Now, about 1 week before the event, I would be gathering all of that information. One thing that I might not have mentioned before is social media is a really good tool now. So even if people haven't got like 5 fights that are up on YouTube, they might well have an Instagram or a Facebook page where they would have put some of their accomplishments up there if they're anything like me and most other fighters, if I'm honest. So I would be looking into their social media profiles, doing a little bit of stalking, if you like, to try and get some details that you can then usefully add into commentary as well. And you put it into one document. So kind of sift through all the good and the bad, and then think about what you really want in that one document to be organised on fight night. And that's what you take into your commentary position. Just a side note, your big day is coming up. and I reckon 2 weeks before you should start looking after yourself. So eat well, don't be going out past bedtime, get early nights, look after your voice, don't drink alcohol, and just be as prepared as you can, because that's going to reduce any kind of pre-match nerves, because you know you've done everything you can to prepare yourself in a research capacity, but also from a physical performance as well. So that's something that a lot of people overlook. And if you're tired on fight day, fight night, then you're not going to be firing as sharp. So get that down. I also take a little toolkit in with me as well. So I want a pen, a Sharpie, a highlighter for obvious reasons. I have a nasal stick, something that looks like that. It's like eucalyptus. It's good for opening up the airways. Honey is something that I know people use. Lozenges as well to look after the throat. Take plenty of water. If you're into energy drinks, maybe have one of those available as well. Also, one thing to remember in all of this is it's not about you as a commentator. You're there to complement what's going on. You're there to represent the event, the promoter, the organisation you're working for, the sport in which you're working, and the athletes. They're way more important than you. So what's nervous for me is the fact that I want to do the best for all of those people. So that's what you should be focusing on, not necessarily personal elements. Your research should take care of that. Then you just add you can only be you, add your own flavour to your broadcast style, but it's about representing all of those others. But I've missed one thing, and that is to have fun. It is a great occupation, even if it's not your occupation and a job. What a fun thing to do, to be at a live event and to be a part of it as well. So enjoy it. Any further questions? Let me know in the comments. Catch you soon. Thanks for watching.